giving my best. I don't feel like I'm good enough. Should I stay? Should I go?
Hey, what's good, fam? What's good, fam? It's your boy Justin the Messenger. What's happening? Yeah. It's a beautiful day out here. The birds are chirping, man. The sun is out. And, man, let me tell you, it's feeling good out here. Hey, I just want to say what's up to my peeps in MacTown, baby. MacTown, McKinney, Texas. That's where your boy from. Just a little country boy doing what he's been raised to do, doing what God has called him to do, trying to do everything he can to please God with his life. This is your boy from McKinney, Texas. What's up, peeps? I love you. Thank you for the support. Let me tell you something. Happened in McKinney over the weekend. I went by and I saw some of my relatives, one of my older cousins, Deacon Robert Ray Radway. Yeah, that's what's up. Deacon Robert Ray Radway, that's my boy, man. That's my cuz. I love my fam. Let me tell you something. He said, cuz. I said, what's happening? He said, check this out. You need to do that word of the day on that message you preach. I said, which one? He said, the one about them boys in that fire. I said, oh, you talking about them Hebrew boys. Them boy, that was a bad message. I said, you know what? I said, Lord, give me a little time to shorten this thing up and probably knock it out in about 4 minutes or so. Let me try to do that. If I don't go over, ministerial minutes for a preacher a little longer than a normal minute. Y'all get that? Check this out. But check this out. Let me tell you. I said, I got you, man. I got you. He said, you got that? I said, no, God got that. He said, that's it right there. God got that. Check this out. We know over in Daniel chapter 3, these three brothers, man, they were charged up by the king. You know, old wicked king Nebuchadnezzar had his music and had all his folks, man, playing music. And he had set up a golden image and he wanted people to bow down, worship him and the golden image he set up. And these three brothers, they were sold out to Christ. They were sold out to God, brother. And, you know, they said, we only serve the God we know. We can't bow down to your music. Let me tell you something. So the king got a little upset because some people went around tattling, hey, you know, old Hebrew boy, they ain't bow down. See, people always want to try to tell something all the time because they too scared to stand up for something. They always want to tell it on you, try to make it look like you the weakling. Keep standing up for God. Somebody going to tell it on you. Then that'll just give you a chance to testify. That's all it's going to do. Give you a platform to testify when they come questioning. So don't get mad because they come questioning. Anyway, anywho, check this out. These brothers said, we ain't doing it. King got upset. I'm going to give y'all one more chance. They said, don't matter how many chances you give us. We done made up our mind. We ain't careful to answer you about this. We ain't got to think about it twice. Some of you need to quit thinking twice about your answer and just let your answer be what it is. If you know God and laid in your heart, God is right, everybody else wrong. Period, point blank. Now, these brothers said, no, we ain't doing it. King fired the music up again. I'm going to still give you a chance. They stood there. So they didn't bow down. People told them they were crazy. You know, they were telling me, man, you crazy, you need to do it. You're going to get killed. Okay, whatever. I'll just be a burnt sacrifice unto him. Whatever. We ain't going out down. We serve God. Check this out. So he told his most mighty man, go get these brothers, throw them in this fire, because they disobeyed my command and my decree. Don't nobody punk me out like that. I'm Nebuchadnezzar. You know who I am? That's what the king talking cash money. But boy, he didn't know who God was. And these guys knew who God was. So they get ready to throw them in the fire. Burn up the men to go throw them in the fire. And them boys had an opportunity to turn around right then. They just seen that fire jump out of that furnace and burn up the men to throw them in there. But they said, y'all with me? They said, yeah, we with you. You down? You down? Yeah, we in it together. Yeah, all in, huh? We all in, baby. So they all went in. And boy, next thing you know, they fell down. And the only thing that got burned off of them was the stuff that the enemy put on them. Ooh-wee! Somebody better get this message, boy. See, I get fired up about this kind of stuff right here. Said the only thing that got burned off of them was the stuff that the enemy put on them. The ropes, but their hair wasn't burned, their coats wasn't burned, their hair wasn't singed, nothing like that. And they got up and they started walking around in that fire. Woo! Just when people think you down, boy, God will let you dance in the hottest fire of life, man. You talking about being a fire walker and making you fireproof. This is what you call fireproof and being a fire walker right here. Let me tell you something. You talking about being a fire starter. This is what you do to start fires. Let people see your faith in God. So the old king come running down there, checking out, trying to see if they burn up the ashes. You know, he trying to make sure he done got his little old point across. He look off in the window. These boys walking around. Then he said, didn't we throw in 3? They said, yeah. He said, there's 4 of them in there. One of them look like the son of God. Woo-wee! Boy, ain't nothing like when God show up in your stuff. When God show up in your stuff, boy, the whole world gonna know about it. Because God gonna reward you for loving him in private and serving him in private and praying in private. He'll give you a public victory with your life because your faith is locked in him. So what are you saying, message? Some of y'all done got thrown in some fires in your life. Some of you in some fires right now, and you almost ready to back out and ready to say, man, maybe God ain't in it. Maybe God didn't tell me to do this business. Maybe God didn't tell me to start this ministry. Maybe God didn't want me in this. Maybe God didn't tell me to go this way. Maybe God didn't want me to have that job. Hey, tell you what. When you get in that fire, you're going to find out God is going to bring out the best in you. Yeah, some stuff while you in the fire got to get burned off for you because God can't allow that stuff to stay with you. He got to burn off all the impurities so he can get the purest form out of your life. And the only way it happens, he had to turn up the heat. He had to let the enemy turn up the heat. So the heat has been turned up in your life for a reason. It's not to kill you. It's not to harm you, but it's about to bring out the best in you. You got to trust God right now, man. You got to trust God right now, woman. You got to trust God, business owner. You got to trust God, pastor. You got to trust God, evangelist. You got to trust God, family members, to know that God got you. Ooh, God got this. But you got to take faith. Like those boys over in Daniel chapter 3 and say, for God I live, for God I die. We ain't going to answer you carefully, King. We already made our mind up. Have you made your mind up? I made my mind up, and I'm going to tell you what, God got you, boy. And you know what? I believe he'll have you too. Just put your faith in it. One love, fam. Peace.
Hey, fam, this is your word of the day. It's radical, it's powerful, it's motivational.